Welcome to the Investment Process Channel. I am C3 Christopher Campbell. This channel where we teach people how to create generational wealth through trading. Let's get into week 9. We're going to go over the weekly trading plan, and we're going to talk about this week. I'm gonna put out a video how to pause and reset. Revenge trading reset for a trader is like very valuable. Not to get caught up in the market and get caught up in our feelings. So this week we're going to talk about some pause and reset actions to take. So let's get into the trading plan though. So before we start on Bitcoin, let's take a look at what high impact news we have for our indexes. So for indexes, we have on the 24th, this Tuesday, 8:15, we have high impact news. Thursday, we have high impact news, initial jobless claims. The 27th, which is Friday, we also have high impact news. I don't see anything, and maybe let me double check my filters. I don't see anything for Japan where NASDAQ would be affected. Let me double check my filters. Yep, nothing for Japan this week. So pretty much all U.S. based things. And again, nothing for metals on here as well. I don't see anything. Not till March. Okay, let's go ahead and get into Bitcoin. So here we are with Bitcoin. We see the range that we marked out from the previous week. Price is still within that range. We moved into a premium area. We saw it tested the discount area. I would say right now we have a low, a higher low, and a new higher low. I believe, and we went out to, what was it, 12 month? 12 month. Yep. I believe we put in support. Whether or not it's going to take off is, still remains to be seen. But I do believe we've put in support, and price is kind of consolidating. Here's the weekly. Here's our monthly. We had that gap down. Yeah, I believe we put in that support. We put in that support. So, with that being said, you should have been looking for buys. Like I said, any time price came into this discount area, which it did on 2, 3, 4, 5. It did on what was this Thursday? Thursday it dipped down. It also dipped down Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. It dipped down into that discounted area. So we already had a low here. It would have been prime time to get a nice position down here. So what were we looking for this week? So higher low. I'm gonna even yeah, since we look like we put in this low. So again, if you do not have position, hopefully you have gotten position. What was it? Wednesday or Thursday were the 3 days to get a position, which stop loss below this low here. Definitely Friday. This was your opportunity here. You can put your stop loss below this low. If you got in here like on this is Monday, yeah, your stop loss should have been below this low. If you're kind of can take that risk. So let's see, opportunity for entry. Again, prices just dipped down below this area. I don't see. pretty much we want price to come below 67,675. Put our stop loss below this low. Not seeing any inconsistencies, which is why overall the way we had our range set up, price is still kind of consolidating, right? It's an accumulation right now. That's why I said I'm not saying it's going to take off right away, but we can see even with the new range how prices just kind of move within this area. So price is in consolidation. This is about getting positioned for the long term. Kind of got to sit and wait for things to unfold. It's showing that it's put in support. We've had some breaker structures. Let's look at this daily real quick. So we look at the daily. We had that breaker structure here. We didn't. This looked like again a lower, higher low. We haven't broke this high yet. That's what we really are looking for. However, with this breaker structure here, this is the pullback. This is the time you want to be getting in. If you do not have position already, I just showed you anything below the 67,675 and put your stop loss below that low or the 4-hour low down here. That's your prime area for Bitcoin. So that's Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and move over to gold. Here we are with gold. As we can see with our daily range, that's odd. Okay. That's our high. That's where we would like price to go to. Had a break structure here. Yeah, I would say now, even so, like with gold here, this is our range. We had that equal low taken out. Go to the top. Yep. Here's our range. Low, higher low, higher low. Still with kind of like in consolidation. We see here on Wednesday, Tuesday, well, Tuesday was the setup. Wednesday was the entry price. Stop below low of day on Tuesday. Look at this 4-hour for entry. So looking at this, and this is 4-hour entry. Of course, we would love to see price come back below here. The way gold has been performing. Only thing I see here, we want to see price come back, get that support right here. Let me slide this so you can see the support right here, here and here. So this little imbalance right here, we would love to see, price pop back into the area. We got some imbalance back here. Would love to see it come all the way down here. However, the way gold has been moving. Even with this is like very efficient on a higher time frame. There's not a lot of gaps. The gaps have been filled. Equal lows have been taken out. Like I said, gold has been very efficient. When it takes off, it runs. But however, it comes back into that accumulation area and cleans up a lot of those inconsistencies. So what we're looking for is opportunity to entry. So like I said, this support right here, 50.82. Price come back into this area. This is the 4-hour. So right now with this range, here's our breaker structure here. It's our high. If it doesn't come all the way back down where we would like it to, like back in this discounted area on the daily range, this is your other opportunity here where you see price aggressively leaving this area. We may have an opportunity for price to revisit this area before continuing up. However, that main one is right here. Go back to the 4-hour. It's 50.81. 50.81 is probably where you're looking to get an entry. Again, stop loss has to the low of the range. So all the way back down here is where your stop loss should go. You may find another space, maybe on an hour. maybe under right here underneath the discount area. But again, we want to wait for that shift. We want to see a pullback and then the shift. Again, it might just take off. So, uh, this is how gold has been performing. So let's just be like right here. Had price come back down, right? It took off, came right back into this imbalance, put in support, then took off. Right there's the hour. So same thing here. That's why I said I'd be looking for these two imbalances right here. Price come back into this area, then take back off. Once it puts in support, you get that bearish and bullish hour candle. It's probably your entry. So that's gold. Let's go over here to the Dow. Let's go to the Dow. Here we are with the Dow. Look at what we have, 4 hour equal low mark. Yep, has not quite taken that out yet. Let me move this a little bit further because as you can see, it's pretty much in consolidation. I'm not going to really move our range because it hasn't. We had a break of structure here, but we have all this imbalance here. Hold on, let me, as I'm saying this, move this equal low arrow out. Again, looking at the daily consolidation, a lower high. So it's not showing me that the price is shifted. Looks like it put in resistance right here and brought price down. We had this bullish candle, it didn't break above this bearish candle. It opened below. So yeah, I'm not convinced that the Dow is ready to run. Still have that 4 hour equal low. High, low. Stop above there. Yep. So overall, let's first establish that bullish. Same thing with gold. We know it's bullish. It's bullish. So all I'm speaking about right now is price pulling back, doing a retracement while it's consolidating. I would not necessarily tell you to take any shorts. However, I don't think it's done selling off and accumulating right now. I do not think it's done. Again, we have that 4 hour equal low. We have a lower high. All signs are stating that it's still going to continue down while it's in accumulation. So last week was a nice accumulation week. Let's look at that weekly candle. See, still bullish. So I just don't think it's done selling off and taking out that equal low. So with that, price just punched above discount. We want price to pull back into this area. Would love to see. This is just icing on top of the cake. Price come back and take out that equal low on this 4 hour and get support and then go back up. That would be a prime trade, one of those AAA trades, AAA setups. So that's where we are with the Dow. So again, it's in accumulation right now, some consolidation going on. So just be careful and understand when you put your stop loss. We have this imbalance down here. We have an equal low down here. If you're trying to take it from here, you see it like climbing up. Wait for the break. Wait for the pullback before entering. It saves a lot of that mental capacity on wondering how high it's going to go before it retraces, things like that. So again, these are things we're going to talk about this week about just walking away. If you're think your trade closed in profit, or if you traded for a loss, same thing. Here we are with S&P MES or ES. Same thing here. Price is just, it's an accumulation right now. We're looking at weeks, days of price really just moving within these areas right here. Here's your top. Here's the bottom. If you look at that, price has not left this area for weeks. You can go ahead and pull out the weekly. See? Do the weekly candle. Comes up to that area, it gets rejected. Comes down to this area, gets rejected. So, uh, so to that point, everything right now, well, not everything. Let's talk about S&P. This is consolidation. Right now, it's accumulating. Still overall bullish. Had this breaker structure here, so that's a plus. Let's see where we can get our entry. You see where we had this imbalance marked off, price tapped it one, two times, and then closed above here. So this setup, I think, is more ready to start its ascension, as I would say, but start expanding. We have this imbalance down here, which is like right around that 50% mark. If I do make adjustments to this 4-hour or even the daily, as this is our new low because we have a higher low. Let's look at that 4-hour again. See that 4-hour now it's right below in the discount area. So let's start looking for positions, buy positions anywhere below 6,900, anywhere below 6,900. So I think that's a good place for an entry, especially based off this 4-hour. So, all right, let's go over to NASDAQ. Let's do this, and we're gonna end. NASDAQ. Let's look at the monthly real quick. Oh, okay. So NASDAQ is showing us a little something different. It's showing us in deep retracement on the monthly. We have a super bearish candle. Again, we're in the second. This is the third week of February, but it is the final week of February. So can it possibly turn around? Yes, because this is not a like super large bearish candle. Highly likely, probably not, because I'm looking at this. I don't see a lot of imbalances or inconsistencies. It did put in that support, that monthly support. Excuse me. Yeah, it did not break that monthly support of this month's low. So that's a good thing. However, right now we're bearish. Let's go to daily. Yeah, I'm still not. So again, right now it's in accumulation. It's showing consolidation on the daily. We're still within this range. However, we are showing signs of a low, higher low, breaker structure right here. So looking at this, if I do move this here, let's look at this 4-hour again, see if we have opportunity. Small opportunity here. It's not fully in the discount. Stop loss below here. Let's look at this hour. Yep, I don't see it. It's really an accumulation. So you don't see a lot of inconsistencies because it's an accumulation. It's cleaning up. It's being very efficient. Getting liquidity, taking orders that it was left behind. It's it's resetting. It's pretty much resetting so it can do what it needs to do. So with that being said, be patient. If your trade is working for you, let it work. And just be patient. So this is week 9. Again, we're gonna go over just getting up, walking away, taking that reset once and not revenge trading. I know a lot of people I don't want to call it. I want to call it what it is, which is they go through that experience. Most people. I don't know of a trader that has not gone through a revenge trading uh, portion in their trading life. You know, so we're going to talk about that this week. Um, Overall, if the trade is closing moving towards profit, if it's moving into drawdown, you have to have accepted the risk at some point when you open the trade. Um, if the trade closes at a loss, get up and walk away. Get a reset. Same thing with profit. I do the same thing. Once my trade closes in profit, I get up and walk away. Especially if it hit the target that I wanted and the minimum uh, uh, profit that I wanted for the day. Do I let some of them run a little bit longer? Like I'll partially close them out? Absolutely. Um, However, I work really hard at not over trading. So getting up, walking away is probably the best bet, whether your trade closes in profit or it closes in at a loss. Uh, Taking that break could be the difference between being profitable in your account and blowing your whole account. So this is the investment process channel, the C3. Talk to you soon.